Yo, what is up, Yard Squad? It's your boy Spellstar here, aka the Jamaican Gamer. Guys, I have been getting so much support these past few days, man. It is ridiculous, and I'm just completely overwhelmed of the support that I've been getting from each and every one of you guys, man. And I cannot thank you guys enough for all your support, man. It really means a lot to me that you guys come over here from TSG and just support me. You know, even my regular subscribers support me, and they just love to see me grow. Everyone wants to see me grow, and you guys are making that possible right now. And I just want to say thank each and every one of you for your support, and I hope that we can all grow together. My goal for 2016 is actually to hit 5,000 subscribers by December. You know what I'm saying? That is my goal for 2016, and with your help we can get there, guys. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. When you like this video, it shows up on all your social medias, man. Your Twitter, your Facebook, stuff like that. So that's why it is important when you like and share videos. You know what I'm saying? That's why all YouTubers ask for it. You know what I'm saying? So other people will see what you like, and then they click on that video to check it out as well. So big shout out to each and every one of you, man. I love you. And my last video, I said that if we get over 30 likes, I'm gonna tell you know how gaming broke up my previous relationship. So I'm guessing that's why you guys destroyed the like on that, man. So I'm gonna be giving you a little bit of my gaming history, where I'm coming from, and how gaming destroyed my relationship. So let's just start somewhere. When I was 5, that's when I actually started to play video games. You know, when my father was an alcoholic, I would say. Not really an alcoholic, but he was a lawyer, and he used to drink a lot, and he damaged his liver. That's what I remember. And the doctor said that if he drinks again, he's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And my father drank again, and he died, as the doctor said. And it was a really rough time for me. From 5 to 13, it was a really rough. It was really rough for me, man. And losing my father at that age, I didn't understand at the time. But when we were at the gravesite, right, I didn't cry. When we were at the funeral, I didn't cry. You know, I was 5 back then, bear in mind, and I still remember that to this day. And it was when they were putting him down in that hole, and my mom was pulling me away. That was when I threw a tantrum, man. I wanted to jump in there with him. You know, that is how much I love my dad. And I just want to say, guys, for those of you who still have your fathers in your life, man, yo, spend as much time with them as possible. Cherish the moments that you have with your father. You know, even if he's a deadbeat father, you know what I'm saying? Try to get to know him, because at the end of the day, he's your dad. Whether he's a good dad or not, he's a dad. He's your father, man. So share all the love you can with them, because they're not going to be around forever. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, there's one thing I remember about my dad that me and him did that stuck with me throughout all of this, is when he put me on his lap in his car, and he would let me steer the car, and he would do everything else. You know what I'm saying? So we went around the block a few times, and that was just my moment with my father. I will never forget it. Everybody has a moment that they have that they cherish with their moms and their dads. That was my cherished moment with my father. I don't remember anything else, but that was my cherished moment with my father. I might put some images up on the screen. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. Oh crap. I was going to look for a picture with my mom and dad together, but I can't find it. But if I find it, I'll just put it up on the screen. Anyway, now ever since my father died, what I went to was gaming. You know what I'm saying? My first gaming console was the NES. You know, it actually wasn't mine, because my mom wouldn't buy me any games, because my mom was different, man. My mom was all about schoolwork. She was always about do your schoolwork, focus on your schoolwork, study. That was my mom. And it was amazing when I first played that game, man. It was just amazing to play play Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. I don't think it was Super Mario Brothers. The first one was Mario. I just loved it. You do that fireball, you hear that bloop, I used to love that game. That was my first gaming console, even though it wasn't mine. I played my friend's own. And I love Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was so amazing. Yo, me nah lie, dog. Me love Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt did just mad. You see what I say? And when the levels got harder, you know what I'm saying? The ducks were just so getting so smart and so evasive, man. It was you were like, oh no. You know, back then, man, Mario was just awesome, and the NES was sick, man. Then I moved from Kingston to come to Manchester, you know, and I was just all about games. I think because my father died, I turned to gaming for what's the word? I turned to gaming. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad wasn't around. So that I've been gaming from I was like 5, 6, from in that age group to now. And my second gaming console was the Super Nintendo. No, actually no. I moved to Game Boy. I bought my first Game Boy from my lunch money. I saved my lunch money, and when I moved to another state, you guys would say state, I say parishes, because we say parish in Jamaica. We have 14 parishes in Jamaica, but you guys would say states in your country in America, you know. And I saved up my money. I bought my first Game Boy. That was my first official console or gaming device that was mine. You know, I bought the Game Boy. Back then, Game Boys were awesome, man. It was just awesome. And I moved up from that to Game Boy Color, then to Game Boy Advance, then to what's the other one? Game Boy SP. Yeah, I think that was the next one. Game Boy Advance SP. That was the one that you could flip. You know, and Tetris. I used to love Tetris on that game one. Yo, Tetris. Me used to love Tetris and thing. And I had a friend that lives next door to me. His name is Munir. Munir, if you're watching this, big up yourself, dog. I used to go up in his attic and we would play with his Super Nintendo. You know, yo, the game that I loved on Super Nintendo was what's Top Gear. Yo, who remember Top Gear? If any of you remember Top Gear, let me know in the comment section, man. Yo, Top Gear, man. Top Gear was the best racing game on Super Nintendo back then, yo. Yo, I used to love Top Gear, and there was some cheat code that you would get this black Lamborghini and this black bike. Blood clean. Yo, that was the game. That was awesome, man. I love the Top Gear. Let me know in the comment section if you remember Top Gear, man. And I wonder why have they remade Top Gear? Let me know in the comment section. They should remake that, man. That's a classic, man. Top Gear. Yo, anyway, I used to play Top Gear, and I used to play some other games, but I don't remember. But Top Gear stood out for me. Then I moved on to owning my own Nintendo 64. Yo, when Mario 64 hit Jamaica, blood, yo, man, I tell you, say, I used to go to a game shop, go play it before I bought my own Nintendo 64. And man, I tell you, say, I will never forget, there was such a long line. There were so many people in that game shop, you know, and there were so many other people that lined up to play Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo 64 or Mario 64. Yo, that was so revolutionary, man. That was when gaming turned 3D, or that was when Mario turned 3D. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that game was epic. That game was awesome, man. And it was a fun time back then. Back then, I used to play a lot of Super Smash Brothers. You know, then I owned my Nintendo 64. I owned a Nintendo GameCube. Yo, I'm the champ for Super Smash Brothers Melee. There's nobody that can beat me on Melee, man. If you think you can beat me, hit me up, bro. When I use Star Fox, you know Star Fox is who? Star Fox is the boss. When I use Link, you know, from The Legend of Zelda, that was awesome, man. And yo, I love Zelda. I used to love Zelda a lot. But anyway, I'm rambling a little bit, so let's just get to the part where it ruined my relationship. Now, I met this girl at the age of 23, and she was so beautiful, man. I will never forget it. I went into this computer store to pay for some time on the internet, and I saw this girl. this brown girl, and she was beautiful. And long and short of it, I told her I liked her and stuff like that, and we hooked up. You know, we started to hook up and thing, and I moved out of my mother's place and to go and live with her. We rented somewhere, and you know, but that was, to be honest with you, that was one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life, because I wasn't ready to move out. I wasn't ready to move out. My plan was to buy my stuff one by one, you know, buy my bed, buy my fridge, buy my stove, buy my washing machine, buy my TV, buy all of that before I left the nest. You know what I'm saying? Guys, don't be in a rush to leave your parents' house. You know what I'm saying? Because they wash your clothes, they cook your food, they clean your room, or sometimes they make you clean your room. But they do a lot for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't be in any rush to leave your parents' house, man. Stay with them and save your money as long as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to help you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in a rush to go out and start paying bills. It's not easy, man. Let me just tell you that right now. It's not easy. And a lot of people used to warn me about it. They said that, yo dog, if you're going to move out, don't move out and live with anybody. You gotta live with yourself. Start to manage your life on your own before you you decide that you want to live with somebody. You know, that's the best advice that I got, and I did not take it, and it is an awesome advice, guys. If you're gonna move out, if you're planning to move out, don't move in with a girl, man. Move in with yourself. Move out. Do your own thing for at least a year. Try to establish yourself financially first before you decide that you want to have a girlfriend to live with you. You know what I'm saying? That's the best advice I can give you guys. So anyway, when I started to live with her a while, you know, as you guys know, when in a new relationship, you're gonna have a lot of sex. Everything is just gonna be so much fun. You know, the first 3 months of the relationships are like that. Yeah, so I say for the first 3 months, we're not gonna have sex so much, we're not gonna lovey dovey so much, we're not gonna just all about each other so much. But then after the 3 month period is up, I call that phase the infatuation phase. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a relationship, the first 3 months, everything will go nice, everything will go smooth, everything will go airy. I call that the infatuation phase. You see, if after you pass the infatuation phase and you still feel the same way about each other, trust me, that's a good relationship right there. But anyway, my mother used to say this to me: Winston, go to work, come back home, and play your video games. Keep out of trouble. When you do that, you keep out of trouble, and no one can call your name saying that Winston did this, Winston did that. That is what my mother instilled in me. So go to work, come back home, and play your game. When I do that, I stay out of harm's way. Nobody can say I did this or I did that. So that stuck with me, and when I was living with her, that's what I used to do. You know, I used to just come home, take a shower, play some Call of Duty or play some Gears of War. That was just me. And I'm not gonna lie to you, guys, I completely ignored her. I was ignoring her a lot, and it caused a problem. It caused a huge problem. And I tried to stop, but I was just so into gaming. I was just so into Call of Duty, man, and Gears of War and Pro Evolution Soccer. I used to play FIFA, but I stopped. You know, I was just too into gaming, and I think it's because ever since my dad died, I just saw this as a means of me enjoying myself. Not saying I didn't enjoy that I was in a relationship with my girlfriend at the time, but which is now my baby mama at the time. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe my addiction to gaming had something to do with my father's passing. You know, I don't know, but yeah. So I used to ignore her a lot, and it caused a big problem. It caused a huge fight with me and her one day, and until it reached a point where my next door neighbor had to step in. So she sit down and she talked to the whole away. I never forget what she said. She said, "Winston, can you honestly just put down video games for 24 hours?" I was like, "What? You mad?" They were like, "Oh, this guy's a game addict." You know what I'm saying? In Jamaica, they don't say gamers, them call we gamed. You see what I say? We are gamed, and that was seen as a disrespect. You know, because you're gamed, it's basically a geek. You guys would say geeks, you guys would say gamers, but in Jamaica, them say gamed. Yeah, gamed, man. No girl now go want you, dog. Yeah, gamed. Put on gaming, man, and look, girl. You see what I say? But I didn't make that bother me, but it was a disrespect to gamers here in Jamaica when them call you gamed. Like, it's basically you're a geek. You know, and when they said that, man, I was like, all right, Winston, you need to give game a break, because sometimes she would want to watch the TV, but because I play a game, you know, she don't really get a chance to watch the TV and stuff. So that caused a huge problem. And bottom line, it was like 30%, 40% of the reason why we broke up. You know, one, she cheated on me. That was the main thing. But the other 60%, 40% was because, you know, because of gaming. I would pay the game too much attention. And the funny thing about it is that, even after me and her left, even when we broke up, Zine, I meet another girl, and the same thing happened again. You know, one thing, this girl now, her name is Kim. One thing Kim would cuss about is that every time she asks me for some cash, I would tell her, no, I don't have it, but I always had it to buy video games. You know what I'm saying? Every month, I would buy a new game. As soon as I get my salary, the first thing I would do is buy a new game. Either buy the new Pro Evolution Soccer, either buy the new Call of Duty, either buy the new Gears of War. You know, I was all about gaming. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's because of my dad passing, man. I really do. But it caused a huge problem with her too, because after the infatuation phase again, you know, she was like, yo, every time I ask you for some money, you always give me a little amount, but you always spend like $4,000, $6,000 on a new game. Now, that's Jamaican money. Don't get it twisted. That's Jamaican money. 1,000. There you go. One US costs, I think, 114 Jamaican dollars. So bear that in mind. So 60 US will be probably $6,500, $6,900 here in Jamaica. You know, so that caused us to break up again. And dude, that girl was crazy, yo. Even when we broke up, we broke it off with her. It's like she was hunting me down, man. She was trying to find me. She was cussing, because I remember one night I came home from work and I just wanted to go home and play video games. And she was complaining because I was to meet her. I was to come to her house. And she didn't like that I changed my mind. She was pissed. She was like, yo, I'm going to cut myself. I'm going to go out in the street naked. I'm going to smoke weed. I'm going to do this if you don't come. So I had to turn the taxi back around. And I had to let him drop me off by her house. And man, oh man, that girl was serious. That girl was crazy as hell, man. But man, could she do work in the bedroom? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? She was good, man. I mean, she was like, God, that girl was good. But it broke up my relationship right there too. You know, and that was the main reason, because I used to spend a lot of money on gaming and I wouldn't spend it on my girlfriend. You know, so damn, that was how gaming destroyed two of my last relationships, man. But it is what it is, though, man. You know, I've learned a lot from then that I bring over in my current relationship now. You know what I'm saying? Because gaming is not an issue right now, because I explained to her, my current girlfriend, what YouTube is all about. You know, I make videos. I don't just play video games. I make videos and I enjoy myself while I'm recording myself enjoying myself. You know, and she understands. She really does understand, and she's an awesome girl now. And you know, my current relationship is okay. It's not perfect. No relationship is perfect, but it's okay, man. It's okay now. You know what I'm saying? But there you guys have it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this little session that we have. We just kick back, relax, and just making you know what going on in my life still. And really hoping you enjoy it. If you do, give that video a big thumbs up. It really helped me out. As I said in the beginning of this video, it helps my channel to grow. And guys, let me know if you want to hear more stories like this, you know, where I just kick back and I let you guys know a little bit more about my life and where I've come from to where I am now, man. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace out. One love. Boom! It increases your maximum damage range.